Don't mind the new setup, this is going to be for a little bit until I can get an actual background like you see in most reviews, because this has no budget. I need gun. Hello, I'm King of Monsters 55. I remember it, so you don't have to. Today we're taking a look at a figure that doesn't have a 2-pack version as of the making of this. I'm not even going to get into Suko from the movie for those who already know, but for those who don't, all you need to know is that he is a mini Kong, has a bad attitude, and is a scrappy fighter, and always has Kong's back. Not my words, it's the boxes. Anyway, so for the articulation, it's basically the same as Kong and Scar King's, but with a little more. It has a waist swivel, not ball jointed like Scar King's waist, it's just a swivel, and also a swivel at the feet. And unlike the other two primates, he has a ball joint at the head. Kinda. Yeah, it may look like he doesn't have a ball joint, but trust me, when you actually mess with him, you'll know it's there. Paint and sculpting is nice. Just like the other hairy men, each bit of fur on this abused Kiko is gonna be different from each other. My favorite part of it is the head sculpt. It really shows how much you want to protect this little guy. Although I don't know if it's my copy, but the way his eyes are painted make it look like he's looking slightly to the right. Heck, he even has it on the promo shots. And speaking of paint, there's not gonna be much on it, but from what there is, it's mostly gonna be consisting of brown and gray. With the only standouts is his eyes and the scar. Scar right there. You can see the scar right there. It's right there, which I didn't even realize was there before the movie came out, so thank you Playmates for telling me that, and telling me that Scar King is an abusive daddy. Although my big complaint with the painting, although it's mostly a nitpick, is that the bottom of his feet aren't really painted, which isn't really that bad, because you'll be mostly displaying him just standing up like... yeah. Now, it may look like that it's hard for me to stand him up, but I can assure you, he's easier to stand up than the other two hairy men, even on the carpet. So that means he's a good boy, so that means I don't have to do that. And speaking of good boys, Rock. I do like how it's sculpted, and it actually kind of does look like a tiny little pebble that you can find in your freaking front yard. And it does fit in his hand. But it doesn't plug in, but I'm guessing that's why they made him throw it like in the commercial. The fuck? Okay, I'm done screwing with you. Now it's time for the reason why you skipped to the section. Yeah, he's pretty basic in the painting, only being painted in parts on his eyes, teeth, and even the tongue, which you can barely even see. You can kind of see in there, but you wouldn't know unless I haven't told you. Haven't I? But I'm actually really glad that we have a somewhat articulated Doug figure. Gives this little turtle more attention. Sure, there may not be many figures of him, but still, it's nice seeing he's getting more recognition. And yes, you lizards, he's got articulation. Mostly swivels and rotations, and even a ball joint at the tail. Oh, and Doug's sculpting is very nice. I don't know why I forgot to say that beforehand. Here he is next to Kong. My previous review, Scar King. Thanks for the views, by the way. And here he is next to... I don't know, my hand. I run out of things to compare him to without spoiling you guys of future projects, whether it's reviews or stuff that I'm working on my channel. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So overall, these are very nice figures, and I give them a 3.5 out of 5. I would recommend getting this if you're either a fan of Suko, or if you're a fan of using children as melee weapons. Join us next time when we look at the abused puppy. Oh boy.